Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Storm Tracker 4 lit up again this afternoon, but while we're not expecting as much rain as we picked up yesterday.
A Detroit state rep receives a chilling threat.
I'm not a violent person, but I think I could slit your throat in a minute.
What state police are saying about the safety of elected officials as they work to find the person behind it.
All coming up. We're going to begin, though, with Bo Schembechler's son saying he's ready to come forward with claims his father covered up sexual abuse by the Wolverines' team doctor.
Matt Schembechler, Bo's youngest son, will appear at a press conference tomorrow afternoon with two former Michigan players to allege they were all sexually assaulted by the late U of M Dr. Robert Anderson.
They're also going to say they told Bo Schembechler about it and he did nothing. Jason Colthorpe in the newsroom with the latest. Jason.
Devin, tomorrow we're going to hear similar stories to what other former athletes have said when they came forward. Anderson abused them multiple times. They reported the abuse directly to Bo and other officials and were basically ignored. Matt, who is now 62, was originally Bo's stepson and was later adopted. The two players coming forward are Daniel Kwiatkowski, an offensive tackle who played from 77 to 79. He says he was abused by Anderson 4 times. Gilvani Johnson was a wide receiver from 82 to 86 and says Anderson abused him more than 15 times. Both say they told Bo of the abuse immediately, and Kwiatkowski says he was told by Bo to toughen up. Both men were anonymous sources for the Wilmer Hale report, which concluded that Anderson abused more than 800 people, mostly young men, on countless occasions. And the fact that Schembechler's son, Matt, would come forward publicly shouldn't come as a complete shock. In 1999, when Matt was 40, he coaxed a former player to write an article for GQ titled Bully Bo, which recalled how the player hated Bo for the way he was treated. But Matt also sued Bo and the university and 12 others for trying to ruin his sports memorabilia company and his reputation around that same time. In the newsroom, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Hey, Jason. Now to brand new information we're learning into an overnight crash that took the life of a 4-year-old. It happened on Detroit's west side, and as our Rod Maloney reports, police have a lot of questions over which driver caused it.
Detroit police still trying to piece together the pieces of this horrifying accident. It happened in the early morning hours here at the corner of Faust and 7 Mile, which is just west of the Southfield in the west side of Detroit. Now, as it stands, there were 2 vehicles involved. The initial report was that it was a head-on. It does not appear to be that anymore, but the tragedy here is 2 people lost their lives. This was the scene in the early morning hours. 2 vehicles, a 2005 Chevrolet Impala, its driver's side door caved in, a tarp blocking this grisly scene. Also a white Nissan, its front end severely damaged. Obviously both collided at high speed. The glass and car parts strewn across 7 Mile, the road closed for much of the morning hours. When emergency crews arrived, they discovered the 37-year-old driver of the Impala dead. The 29-year-old woman driving the Sentra had a 4-year-old baby boy in a car seat in the back. EMTs transported both mother and son to a nearby hospital. The boy sadly declared dead there. His mother still listed in temporary serious condition. DPD's Fatal Squad's first read on the accident was that the 29-year-old woman caused the accident and arrested her on suspicion of drunk driving. As the investigation continued later in the day, DPD changed its tune, announcing it released the woman from custody, no charges. Now, police believe that the deceased Detroit man driving the Impala was at fault. So far, they've released no identities of those involved in this crash. Now, there are a number of businesses in the area that had video cameras, but none of them pointed to where this accident was, so there's still a lot to sort out here. While we were there at the scene, family friends showed up for the woman whose child died in this thing. They were distraught. They said that they're trying to pull the family together, and so far they have not reached out to let us know anything more about how the family is doing tonight. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod, thank you. Well, tonight, state police are investigating a death threat against Detroit State Rep Cynthia Johnson.
Johnson says the threat was laced with racist and misogynistic language. Victor Williams spoke with her today. Victor, I think a lot of people know this is not the first time she's had to deal with a threat.
Devin and Kimberly, that is correct. This is all too familiar territory for Representative Cynthia Green, who had to deal with this type of harassment last year. But the only thing is, in this case, the threats that were left on her phone, along with other death threats, are 10 times as offensive.
I'm not a violent person, but I think I could slit your throat in a minute. We should have never got you out of this cotton field, damn it.
I was on my way to work, to Lansing, and I was listening to messages, and that was one that I heard, and I had to literally pull to the side because it jarred me.
State Representative Cynthia Johnson says it was the last thing she was expecting to hear when checking her voicemail, an extremely racist and violent rant coming from a complete stranger.
You belong in the jungles, hanging from the trees. Too bad they didn't hang your grandmother back when we could, huh? Then we wouldn't be having this conversation.
The message lasts over 3 minutes as the person on the other end of the line appears to have a genuine hate for African American women.
Some people just don't like smart Black people. How about that? They just don't, and they will try to keep you in your place.
You thought you'd threaten us? Well, we don't threaten. We're going to kill you. We got long-range shooters. You might be going grocery. Boom, dead. That's the way we're going to play this game.
The representative, however, believes the message may stem from comments she made herself against certain Trump supporters that were harassing her in the past, resulting in her being censured late last year.
I believe that this is from that point, and I'm sure it is.
And Maxine Waters was another politician whose name was dropped, and that message, it was so bad that we, of course, cannot play what was said on air. For now, we are reporting live. Victor Williams, Local 4, back to you.
Victor, I'm wondering if this is enough for state police to try to, beef up security at the Capitol or things like that of that nature.
Yes, that's right. They are going to be beefing up security in a variety of ways. MSP, they actually sent us this statement, which reads, due to an increase in threats against elected officials nationally and in Michigan, we have had an increased visible and non-visible security presence at the Capitol since mid-January. We continually reassess security protocols and make adjustments as needed to continue to ensure the safety of our elected legislators and those who work at and visit the Capitol. We take these threats very seriously.
We'll keep following it. All right, Victor Williams reporting live. All right, Victor. Well, this hot and muggy weather is sticking around. Not seeing the kind of storms that we saw, though, yesterday.
Yeah, let's get over to Ben here on a Wednesday. You're still seeing a few pop-ups out there here and there, though, right?
Yeah, just enough to give us a few downpours, but nowhere near the coverage or the intensity that we were looking at yesterday. We are keeping our eye on this cell that's over here into Ontario. It's headed towards the States. Just like yesterday, it's moving pretty slowly. So you can see if it holds together, and that's a big if. 534 in St. Clair, Marine City. You'll be seeing that at 541. Again, we're not anticipating anything severe, just downpours and probably a few lightning strikes. This area started to elongate, a little bit more of some heavy rain there just north of Manchester. You can see tops there at 20,000 feet, so we'll keep our eyes on that. But the rain is out there in parts of Washtenaw County. Temperatures in the 70s, heat index right now at 80 with that rain-cooled air. But we got a lot of places that are roasting, and we'll look at those numbers in a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben, let's turn to today's coronavirus numbers. The state reporting 257 new cases diagnosed over the past 24 hours, along with 7 more deaths reported.
The state's vaccination rate is ever so slowly ticking up. As of today, 59.8% of Michiganders have received at least one vaccine dose. And today, the city of Detroit rolled out its plan to get shots into the city's homebound residents.
As we've seen in communities across Metro Detroit, this can be a very difficult and complex process. Sean Lay live now with how the city plans to get this done. Sean?
Devin, the city not giving up, trying to get shots in arms, this time sending 150 healthcare professionals into neighborhoods just like this one on the east side, trying to reach people who cannot leave their homes.
We are nowhere near where we want to be.
Detroit's vaccination rate is stuck at just 35.8%. We first showed you how the city is loading up a bus with vaccine, driving vaccine into neighborhoods, hoping to get more shots into arms. And now
another step.
And it is so important that everyone strongly considers getting vaccinated.
A focus on any person who is homebound, teen to senior. Calls started today in the hopes of getting people signed up and vaccinated.
Which is going to be huge. It's a big undertaking. It's 30 to 45 minutes per person, and we're going to thousands upon thousands of homes. But I can say on behalf of Wayne State, we're not going to stop until every person who wants to get vaccinated is vaccinated.
Also, why are so many Detroiters choosing not to get vaccinated?
I'm not sure why there's still hesitancy. We have, I believe, in the city done an incredible job of offering both education as well as accessibility to many sites all across the city of Detroit. Now it's up to the residents to make the decision.
Back here live, what about homebound residents and their decision-making process? The city says they are working off a list provided by the state of people who are homebound, and they're calling them as early as this evening to see if they can make an appointment to get a vaccine. We're live on the east side tonight. Sean Lake, Local 4.
All right, Sean. Other news, police say it is a major problem that is not getting any better.
New tonight, how a shortage of ammunition is causing major worries for local police departments.
Also, he's calling it the perfect recipe for violence. A Detroit activist says he's got a simple solution to help calm things down if people will just listen. Doc?
Should the immunosuppressed be concerned the vaccine isn't working for them? And can you get vaccinated if you're allergic to sulfa? I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, I'm answering those questions and more about the COVID vaccines.